'Tis the season to be jolly. Sheffield United top of the table for Christmas and on 50 points already. Is it going to be another 100-point season? This week we're talking about, is Callum O'Hare really improving? Who is Andre Brooks upset? Why is he not getting minutes? And we've got a Burnley fan with us to preview the huge game this Boxing Day. Back with us, of course, are Connor and Shaxon. Before we go any further, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has made this channel grow so much. Merry Christmas to all of you. Let's jump straight into the action from Cardiff. Both of you fresh back from Wales. Connor, first let's give a proper shout out to Kiefer Moore. I've given a bit of stick on this channel. You stuck up for him, so let's give him his dues, shall we? Was that one of his better games in a Blade shirt?
Definitely. 100%, yeah. It was a quiet game, to be honest. I mean, all they wanted to do, Cardiff, obviously just frustrate us, being the positions in the form they're in. They just wanted to frustrate us as long as they could, and they did that well first half. But just them 2 moments of brilliance from Kiefer in second. I mean, that first one were an unbelievable finish. All I've been saying regarding Gilchrist as well is I just want him to get forward. I want him to put balls into the box. He always wants to cut back. And I was literally saying it to my mate minutes before, and then he finally delivers a ball in, and it's one of the best balls that you've seen this season. And then we get one of goals at season on top as well. So on the whole, definitely positive. It was, like I say, frustrating, boring periods, but you just got to work through them, and we managed to get the 3 points, so can't complain.
Yeah, we love a striker who smashes it into the corner. He puts his boot through then, doesn't he? Refuses to speak, says Kiefer has shut a few people up today. Merry Christmas, boys. Richard said, well, team effort, another clean sheet, top of the league, up the Blades, top of the tree. You happy with that, Shax? 50 points, obviously minus the 2. Is this going to be another 100-point season for you?
It'd be nice. I'm certainly happy, yeah, definitely. I mean, not even most optimistic Blade could have picked that we'd be where we are with points that we've got. I did say to everybody that had listened that I think we will have a good season. But obviously, I weren't expecting it to be like it is now. And I did predict a 2-0 or a 3-0 maybe win last week, and it went pretty much where I thought it were. They just, like Connor just said, they weren't really interested in winning game. They just didn't want us to win game. But eventually, your players like your Kiefer Moores, they're your match winners, aren't you? That's why you're paying what you pay, and they get you 3 points.
Yeah. Absolutely, and we've got our Burnley fans standing by. We're going to preview the next one because it's a blockbuster, so stay watching for that. First of all, though, just some player queries and player tweets. Shax, I've got to give this one to you. This was this was just one of few saying this one. Kev says, a shout out this week to Callum O'Hare for his brilliant performance, and that's 2 on a trot now. I think we can count. Genuinely, Shax, is he improving?
I mean, I thought it was shocking when he started. So he's better than shocking, but still not good enough for me. And I think that when you ask 10 Blades who they'd like to sign, the name that I hear the most is Brereton Diaz. So I'm taking it that that's a swap for O'Hare because you're not dropping Aimer. He can't play on right. He's a left-sided player. So it's funny that the signing that everybody wants would be his direct replacement, and I think that tells its own tale. He'd be the one that I'd be trying to replace in January. So he's better than he was, but that's only because he started off shocking for me. I mean, first game at Preston, I thought he were all right. Second home game, possibly all right. And then after that, I keep hearing this, that he runs about, he never stops running. Well, surely you'd just go and sign a long-distance runner then, wouldn't you? You might as well go to London Marathon and get winner from that and say you fancy a game at Lane, because that's all you've got to do. I've heard Wilder in interviews before said that running is not an attribute. Running, you don't get a pat on back for that, but then somehow O'Hare seems to be getting away with that being his main cause for his praise, if that makes sense. That's literally all I hear. If somebody says, leave him alone, he never stops running, but I said before, mate, I've got a dog that can do that, and every single marathon runner can do that. So for me, that's not an attribute. But he's been a bit better. But like I said, only because he started off so poorly, I think.
Okay. Connor, another one we want to ask you about is this one. Liam says, I'm scratching my head at what Andre Brooks done to upset Wilder. Not had a sniff for months. Even when rotation comes in and late subs, he never gets a minute. And I think on our first podcast that you were on, right from the beginning, we were heralding Andre Brooks for, I think, the run at Preston and the goals that he set up in that first game. And since then, what's he done to annoy Chris?
I questioned this myself not too long ago. I'm not really sure why. Like we said, he was probably one of the best players at the start of the season. And obviously, I can understand, in a sense, why he had to bring Saki in. We're not going to bring a loan player in and pay $1 million, $2 million, or however much we paid to sit him on bench. I can totally understand that, but it's a fact we're rotating the squad and we're changing the team when we've got, say, 3 games in a week, and he's not even getting a start. He might get off the bench and he gets subbed on really late on, and it baffles me. I mean, Raksake recently he's having struggles, but it's down to the fact people are doubling up on him every game. He's got to find a way around that, but in the time being, when he's playing a bit out of form, give Brooks a run out. Like I say, he's young, he's developing well, he's our own player. It can only get better. It can only increase his price tag and potentially become a valuable asset for us. And it is a question that I'd like to ask Wilder myself, why he just seems to not get any minutes whatsoever.
Let us know in the comments below what you think has gone on there. Finally, this week, then we are looking ahead to a huge game, first against third on Boxing Day. We've got our Claret from where Clarets walk joining us this week. Good evening, Jordan. How are you, fella?
Good evening.
Welcome to Blades Walk. I want to share this tweet from a Burnley fan to you both. Calvin says, I'm getting ever so tired of this nonsense. Mark my words, Burnley will humble you lot, and it can't come soon enough. Wilder can't keep getting away with this. Your days at the top are numbered. I assure you of that. TikTok. Well, until then, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. So then, it's game on, Jordan. Tell the Blades fans watching this, how did they beat you? Where are your weaknesses?
If you do anything but score a goal, you should have a pretty good chance, as we don't seem to have many of them in us at the minute. I think the best way to beat us would to be just breaking down that back four. Now, having the key to do that is something that a lot of teams have struggled with. But when you look at a team like Sheffield, they do have the quality. They have, they have the appearance. Well,
don't call them Sheffield.
Well, the way I see it, there's only one half decent team in Sheffield, and that's yourselves. So I don't compare it to other ones.
I'll let you off then.
So, I think the way Sheffield United break us down is by just finding the key at the back. It will be hard for yourselves because we have the best defence in the league. But yeah, I'd say that's just the way it is. It's realistically, if you come to Turf Moor or we come to you and you just try and not play football, 9 times out of 10 you come away with something.
Connor, how do you see? Connor, how do you see this one starting in terms of the lineup? Is he going to do anything differently because the opponent's here?
Well, first, obviously, Vinny and NL, they've both been out recently. I think it was more so the fact they wanted to save him for this game rather than risking him at Cardiff. So I'd like to see them two come back into the team. I think it's a bit of a conundrum in the midfield. Obviously, Sidney Peck's been doing really well, but Tom Davies has come in and been unbelievable. I thought it was great against Cardiff again. And it's a fact. Does he drop Tom Davies and just put Vinny back in? Does he start Vinny and Tom Davies? I'd like to see them play together. But I think in terms of the rest of the team, it pretty much picks itself. It's just about, obviously, like Jordan was saying, it's if we can break them down. I think they're going to come back and they're going to be another team that are going to maybe sit back and try to counter-attack us. And it seems to be a lot of the times at Bramall Lane, teams are coming here, obviously they see our record, and you don't blame them. Some teams are scared. They want to come back and sit back and up for the point. But hopefully we can make it a good game.
Okay. Shax, this one a bit nervous?
Yeah, like when we lost to Leeds and everybody were picking faults with Wilder's selection and he's got this wrong, he's got that wrong. I said that sometimes you are allowed to lose and you are allowed to say the other team's just better than you. And I think Burnley fall into that category as well. I think you've got Leeds who are a very good side. I'm not gonna deny that or try and hide that. And I think Burnley are in that category. I think Leeds, Burnley, Sheffield United are the 3 best teams in the league, closely followed by your Sunderlands, people like that. If we lost to Burnley, it's not end up world. You know what I mean? They're a good side. They're up where they are with good reason. As it happens, I do think we'll beat them. I think it'll be a close game, 1-0 or 2-1. But if we did lose, It's not like we're losing to somebody poor like a Sheffield Wednesday. We're losing to Burnley. We're a good side. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Burnley, Leeds, Sheffield United, they're all in that similar sort of bracket. They're all good sides. Anybody's going to beat anybody in that group. So, I'm not nervous, but I fancy us. But if we did lose, it wouldn't be end of world. Not for me, anyway.
We mustn't
I
forget
agree.
that
I agree.
we mustn't forget also, sorry, that this game will see two of the best goalkeepers, not just in the Championship, but of course two of the best goalkeepers up and coming for England as well, with Trafford one end and Cooper the other.
Yeah, it's got 0-0. Got 0-0 written all over it, hasn't it?
No, it's
It
going to
does.
be 0-0, isn't it? Yeah. Just before you let you go, Jordan, McBurney has come up for conversation with Burnley fans this week, and potentially in being coming your way. Now, these two will know everything there is about Ollie McBurney. Connor, would you not be interested yourselves in signing him back? Tell our Burnley
Nah.
lads here that would it be a good
Just
signing for Burnley? Do you think?
I mean, for Burnley, obviously, like you said, they're struggling up front. If they need someone, the thing for me is, does he stay fit? They could sign him. He comes in. I've seen loads of United fans. They seem to be very fickle at times. They were all slagging him off before they were signing this contract, and then suddenly he become available for loan in January. I've seen, I don't know how many United fans said we need to get him back. I think with some players, it's just a time and a place, and his time's gone. We don't need to bring him back to see him sat on sidelines again. But like you said, some clubs it works. Some clubs he could go to Burnley, stay fit, and smash it for him. I mean, it were only other season when we played Burnley at home and we put 5 past him, and he absolutely tore Burnley apart. So if you can get that Ollie McBurney, he's absolutely unreal for Championship. But like you say, it's that massive gamble on his fitness.
Jordan, you hopeful of signing him?
No, I don't like him personally. I don't like his demeanour. Ever since he came to when he came to the turf and got that red, it just strikes me as a player that can't handle his emotions. Now we already have one of them in Hannibal. We don't need a second. So, no. I mean, maybe he might bring a bit of a prowess. His Championship proven, of course he is. Could you argue his Premier League experience? Of course you could. I just don't see where he fits in his Burnley. I mean, he's like a less flashy Lyle Foster, and Lyle's useless. So. I don't. No, I'm not keen. I want something prolific now. They've come in with the big money of ALK. I want them to show a bit of that money now and get somebody half decent.
Okay. All right, then. Let's get your score predictions finally from all three of you for this huge game. I think Sky have blundered here and not having this at a later kickoff. Myself, Shax, you go first.
A close one. I'll go 2-1 Blades.
Jordan.
See, now I'm going to go a bit different here. I think because we can hold a lead if we've got one, and we do seem to have an act of nicking another, I feel a bit of a 2-0 for us.
Okay. Connor?
I like to say we can get that outright record at most wins at home with clean sheets, and I'll go for a 1-0 win.
All right. Brilliant. Oh, you have the records there as well, wasn't it? Thank you, Jordan. We shall bid you farewell. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For seeing us. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
cheers, Jordan. And finally, just to say once again, thank you all so much for everything you've done in helping us grow this season. We're wishing you, of course, a Merry Christmas. You all set up for Christmas, you two?
Yeah,
cheers.
Just about.
Good stuff. We'll see you the other side of it. Join us next week as we review the best of 2024 for Blades. Enjoy the Burnley game. Have a great Christmas. And we'll see you in 7 days' time. Thank you very much for watching.